a mock draft. And here's a look at the top 15 prospects in Mel's eyes for this year's class. Features 4 pass catchers in the top 5, including Florida's Kyle Pitts at number 2. Kiper has Fields as the second highest ranked quarterback at number 6, followed by Zach Wilson at 7. Then there's a pretty big drop off there to Mac Jones and Trey Lance, who come in at number 12 and 13 respectively. We're talking about prospects overall and how Mel views them. So Mel, there's a lot of meat on the bone here. It gets really interesting at 3. Why did you choose to rank them this way?
Well, you think about Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle. Really, Laura, you're splitting hairs there. The top 7 receiving entities in this draft, top 6 wide receivers, then Kyle Pitts, all from the SEC. They're all spectacular players. But I think Devontae's consistency over the 4 years, his improvement over the 4 years, the fact that Jamar Chase only had that 1 season, then the opt-out. Remember the remarkable improvement for Chase between 18 and 19 seasons, not playing this year. While Devontae was lighting it up, Devontae didn't miss a beat. He was uncoverable even after Jalen Waddle got hurt on October 24th. His numbers still were through the roof. That also helped Mac Jones, who lost Jalen Waddle and still was completing over 77% of his passes. So for Devontae Smith, I'll stay loyal to Justin Fields as my second highest rated quarterback, loyal to Devontae Smith as my highest rated receiver, and I think they're all going within that same general area in that top 7 overall in the draft.
Mel, we're not about to fight, because you don't have the LSU guy, but the Alabama guy. We're not going to do it today, okay? You know, I think Jamar Chase is that dude. But I think, to your point, man, you are splitting hair. These are phenomenal football players. And Kyle Pitts, to me, is the highest rated offensive weapon in this draft. But obviously, positional need, and we know people are probably going to be enamored with wide receivers before they get to Kyle Pitts. Possibly, because that's a hard talent to pass up. But between Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase, they like wines. They are like fine wines, right? I know, look, Mina out there on the left coast, the west coast, she out there with all of those great wineries. Laura Rich, you Mel, I don't know if you drink wine, Mel, but Laura is rich. She drinks fine wine, right? So it's just like that. Both of them, it's just taste, but at the end of the day, both of them are going to have you drunk. They are going to have you face drunk by how good they are and how much you drinking them. So I'm fine with it. I just would flip Chase with Devontae Smith, and I'm not biased, possibly.
Okay. I like where you're going, Marcus, but I'd say Jamar Chase is more like a margarita. Devontae Smith is like a vodka soda, because really the difference is calorie count between these two guys, but they're both delicious. It's so hard for me to pick between them, especially because, Marcus, as you know, I'm always saying, okay, tape above all. And with Devontae Smith, when you watch his tape, the size concern does not show up. He plays through contact. He wins at the catch point. He wins on the line, right? He doesn't get out-muscled by corners. But if we're choosing between those two players, and Jamar Chase is incredibly complete, I understand why NFL teams might be concerned by the fact that Devontae Smith's size is historically unprecedented for a player that skinny. And I feel bad, turning on a member of the petite community of which I am a part. I feel very guilty, but it is a legitimate concern for NFL teams. He is a very, very small man.
I got to say, it might be 5 o'clock somewhere, and based on our conversation, Marcus, you cannot relate. Maybe you can, I don't know. But it's not 5 o'clock here, so we're going to break, you people. All right, next on NFL Live, we recap the pro days of the top 5 quarterbacks, where this could leave Atlanta. The Falcons really interesting. Should they even take a quarterback?
Out for the 49ers to be able to go up there without Miami, who they traded with initially, losing the player that they really wanted. So it worked out perfectly for all those teams, and now the 49ers, if they want Mac Jones, are guaranteed at 3 to get him.
Here's what one GM, not in the quarterback market, told me about Mac Jones, that they have higher grades on him, teams do, than the media does. They say Mac Jones got elite accuracy, elite processor of plays at the line of scrimmage, elite leadership. Now, again, that's some people. I did have one GM tell me he thought Mac Jones was a late one, early two. But another GM said that Mac Jones is higher on a lot of teams' boards than the media realizes.
Yeah, I know Mel's heard a lot of that same stuff too. It's really interesting. Mina, the reality is right now it's our job to try and critique these guys. So are there concerns in your mind with Mac Jones, and what are they?
Yeah, I'll be the token member of the media who apparently disagrees with some of these teams. Mel mentioned Kirk Cousins, and I think that's really accurate, really telling, especially, when we talk about the Niners and their interest in Mac Jones, because Marcus remembers when we were watching the national championship, we were talking about potential comps for the players, and I kept saying, Kirk Cousins, watching Mac Jones. They have a lot of similar traits: accuracy, decision-making, nice arm, but they have, and statistically, much like Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins, year after year, tends to finish in the top 10 in most metrics. But where he falls short, and I think this is the concern I have with Mac Jones is, as well, is Kirk Cousins is not a playmaker consistently in the NFL. When the pocket breaks down, when he's asked to create, he doesn't have that sort of second reaction ability we've seen in some of these younger quarterbacks in the league. And Mac Jones, for all of his incredible statistics and accuracy and decision making, he only left the pocket 21 times, according to Sports Info Solutions. And when he did, he averaged less than 5 yards per attempt. He is going to have to leave the pocket in the NFL. He is going to play defenses that will make life difficult for him. And so my question for him is, when that adversity comes, what will he do?
Listen, I understand fit. I get all of that. My experience, since I've been watching Mel Kiper do mock drafts since I was a teenager and in college when I was in the draft, the third pick in the draft has always been what we've deemed a generational talent. I just don't see that with Mac Jones, right? Like, I think he's a really good football player. And I've said on this show, we need to pay more attention to Mac Jones. He balled out this year at Alabama. I thought he was great, a perfect fit for the New England Patriots. And then listening to Mel, first year, Mel put trades into his mock. It made sense. So this is not about if Mac Jones can't play football. This is about the third overall pick in the NFL draft. And listen, I get it. If that's San Francisco's guy, they feel like they can operate at a higher level offensively with Mac Jones than any of these other quarterbacks. Kudos to him. Go do it. I don't think you get very much difference between him and Jimmy Garoppolo. That's my personal opinion. But when I look at Mac Jones, I don't have him as a program changer. And usually, my experience in the NFL draft, at 3, you need to be one of them type of guys.
Yeah, it's not even just the third overall pick. It's what they gave up to get that third overall pick as well. A couple first-round picks. It's big time. All right, it's time to give some credit to some other guys who aren't just quarterbacks in pro days today. What stood out to you, Marcus? Give us a player.
Najee Harris, listen, I'm big on it, man. Hands out of the backfield, and I know the running back position gets a bad rep in the NFL, but these guys are becoming vitally important to what offenses are doing, not only because these quarterbacks need to be protected in protection, but catching the ball out of the backfield, exploiting matchups, getting them singled up on linebackers, getting them singled up in space where they can make plays after the catch. Najee did that this year with Alabama. I think he'll do it on the next level.
All right, I got to give some love to Alabama center Landon Dickerson. That's Mac Jones. That's Dickerson behind him doing a cartwheel after tearing his ACL. Y'all might remember before the national championship. I've been hearing Marcus Spears say he can do a cartwheel. Consider the gauntlet thrown, Marcus. If Landon Dickerson can do not just one, but multiple, I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, we're definitely going to make Marcus do that. I also like how he just stood up after that and wasn't dizzy at all. All right, I'm taking this to the 2022 draft. Check out Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Absolutely dynamic. Just makes acrobatic catches like it's no big deal. He did it today. There was a wow catch early on when Justin Fields was throwing that had Twitter going nuts. But they're going to have quite the 1-2 punch next season when it comes